Hi everyone, it's Helen here, your unit coordinator. This is our Flip Collab session for assignment 2 essay. We're moving through the unit really quickly, so I'm just going to go through some ins and outs of this essay, and then if you join us for our live session, we'll go through it a lot more in detail. So here it is here. Remember to put your sound on and we'll have a look and see what we're up for this assignment. So our essay topic this time round is explain how children's language development can be understood by drawing on the theories of the early stages of language acquisition and development. So we're looking at the nativist theory, the behaviourist theory and the interactionist theory. And these are all the theories that we've been looking at on our discussion board in the last few weeks. So we should have a really good understanding of these theories at the moment. So here are our assignment details. So in your essay, you're going to explain how children's language development can be understood by drawing on these theories of early stages of language acquisition and development. So make sure that your essay includes an introduction, which provides an overview. So this is about 10% of your total word count. In the body of the essay, explain each theory and give at least one language acquisition or development example. So a development milestone behaviour, a function or phase to support your explanation of each theory, and make sure you have a conclusion which will sum up the key points you've made in your essay. That's really important, and the conclusion will be 10% of the total word count. And be sure to include APA in-text citations and a corresponding reference list. Now the reference list does need to be on a separate page, so just be aware of that. So there's lots of resources that you can access for an essay, and I know that some people may find it quite daunting to write an essay, but there is a lot that you can access in the student portal. So you've got our referencing guide, and hopefully a lot of you are familiar with that now because you would have used it for your first assignment. And there's lots of assignment support as well, and there's also an essay writing guide that you can have a look on as well in the portal. So you're really, really strongly advised to engage with all the resources from weeks 1 to 6, and particularly to engage in our collaborate activities, and particularly to be posting on our discussion boards. Now, there's some more information in the student portal as well. This essay planning and structure infographic is a really, really good one, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute. So that's a really great way to get some practice in and a really good structure to be following for your essay. And then there's also an understanding word limits infographic as well, which I'm going to show you in a minute as well, which is a fantastic resource that you can be following. So if we're looking at the use of research and resources, so look at all the resources that your ELA has provided on the discussion board, and in the next few weeks you'll find a lot more will come out on the discussion boards in regards to resources. And remember that the readings directly relate to the assessment, so follow these and you really can't go wrong. And like I've said, weeks 1 to 6 directly relate to this. And you remember your e-text is a really valuable resource, and we will be looking to ensure that you are using that. Information about our referencing. So you need to make sure that your essay is properly referenced with in-text citations and a reference list using the APA referencing style. Now, if you have a look at your format and structure, it needs to be written in third person. So you need to ensure that you're writing in third person. So none of this I, me, anything like that. We want to see complete third person throughout your essay. And we're looking for professional language. It's an academic piece of work, so we're looking for it to be presented in that way. We're looking for that reference list on that separate page. And remember that the Swinburne Library has a lot of e-resources and journals that you can access to help you with this essay. Some information in regards to your assignment formatting. There's your font, your style, your line spacing, your margins, your alignment, left align, your header, your footer, paragraphs. So there's lots of information in regards to that. I will just point out with your reference list, it is APA. So it's not Harvard, it is APA. So just make sure that you're following that. Now with your header and your footer, we're not going to be completely concerned with that in regards to this assignment. If you can get it to work, great. If you can't, then don't worry about it. Same with a cover page. We're not hugely going to be looking for that. So if you want to do one, it's up to you, but it's certainly not a necessity for this assignment. So here's that essay planning and structure guide that I was talking to you about. So we're looking at our hamburger really. It's called the Teal Guide, and if you have a look on any Google site, you actually probably see this come up quite a lot. So when you're thinking about putting your essay together and you follow this guide, so if you have a look at our hamburger, we've got our introduction at the very beginning of our essay, and then if we're following the Teal Guide, we've got our topic sentence. So this is our first paragraph. Then we're going to be explaining this. We're going to be giving some evidence, and then we're going to link our argument or sum up or link your information to the next paragraph. So there is a lot of information there. So have a look at that. It's a great resource, like I said, that can help you out in regards to planning and structuring your essay. The word limits guide is the one that I was talking to you about. Remember that the word limit for this assignment is 1,200 words plus or minus 10%. So make sure you get onto that one. Your assignment resources, there's so much in the portal. There's your referencing guide, assignment support, essay guide, and all these resources can be found in the student portal. I will highlight that our ELAs can't provide specific draft reading service, but Studiosity, a fantastic resource and to be using for this assignment in particular, because they can give you a lot of feedback in regards to essay writing, and they are free. So I would really encourage you to be using them for this assignment. Here's some more information about writing your assignment. So remember that we are looking at writing in third person, and we're going to be concise and specific, and there's some information there about writing in third person, some really good sentence starters in regards to that. And like I say, keep an eye on our discussion boards, because I know there's some fantastic information coming up in regards to writing your essays. What is plagiarism? Now, we would have been going through this. I guess with an essay, it's a little bit more important to keep an eye out on how you're referencing. Plagiarism is presenting work created by someone else, and Swinburne Online are also not allowing self-plagiarism as well anymore. They used to in the past, so if you've repeated this unit, they are not allowing you to actually self-plagiarise, so you cannot use information that you have or resubmit information that you have in the past. You can certainly change it around, but you certainly cannot self-plagiarise anymore. That's a new thing that has come in. Now, our ELAs are trained very closely in regards to plagiarism, so please keep an eye on that. We don't want to scare you, but we want to make sure that we're really getting you ready for that academic style of writing, and that you are referencing correctly in text, trying to paraphrase as much as you can. And remember, if you're using direct quotes, that you are also using page numbers. You can use page numbers as well throughout when you're referencing. And remember to be keeping an eye on that originality score. You want it to be fairly low in Canvas, so just keep an eye on that. But we don't want to scare you in regards to this, but we certainly do want to make you aware of it. Again, for this essay, we are using a holistic rubric. So that's where we are looking at all the past criteria. Then you move to your credit, distinction and high distinction. So that's how we move through in regards to our marking. So that's how your essay will be marked this time round. And here's our descriptors. So if we're talking about that holistic rubric, then you need to make sure that you have done all of those things in the past descriptor in order to move up to a credit. So you need to make sure that you're really looking at that in regards to what you are including, using it as a checklist basically to check off to make sure that you are including all of this information. There's our credit one, and you can see now that we're starting to progress a little more, that there's a little bit more information that we're looking for in regards to what you are including in your essay. So just be aware of that one as well. And our distinction, as you can see, our distinction is getting more and more involved, and that's the same for our high distinction. I'm not going to go through them all because I know that you'll be well versed in looking at them and reading them and making sure that you're including as much as you can in your essay, remembering still that you only have 1,200 words. So here's our submission details, and I'm thinking that most of you know how to submit now that you've done assessment 1B. Congratulations on doing that. So just it's the same way, but make sure that you're doing it in a Word document. So your essay is in a Word document this time around. I know that we spoke about PDFs for the first assignment, but for this assignment it is in a Word document. Remember, with extensions, you can email your ELA up to 48 hours ahead. So if you need a 48-hour extension, your ELA can be granting this to you. You don't need to email me in regards to that. You can directly email your ELA. If you need more than 48 hours, then you'll need to fill out that extension request form. And it's been great to see students using that and utilising that because that's really important, so we know what's going on and we can get you through this unit as much as we can. Lots of help out there. So there's our help hub. So our student advisors, our student coaches and our ELAs. Remember that in regards to the task and the content, your ELA and your group can help you in regards to information for that. It's been great to see some students jumping in and answering other queries, which has been fantastic. And I really can't highlight enough Studiosity, particularly for this assignment. We really want you to be using that because that's your draft reading service that you can be utilising for free, which is a fantastic information that you'll get and feedback from them. Now remember, for late assignments, we are going to be penalising you, so just be aware of that. So keep in contact with your ELA, let them know what's happening, because there is the Swinburne Online policy in regards to this. So just make sure that you are keeping in contact with your ELA early. We want to make sure that we can keep you on track and on task, and we know what's going on with you if you're not going to be able to get your assignment in on time. So this brings us to our live collaborate sessions, which are coming up very soon, next week in fact. So we're going to be giving you an overview of assignment 2. We're going to be discussing the different theories. We're going to give you some tips on writing an essay. We're going to brainstorm, and we're going to answer any questions that you might have. So we're looking forward to seeing you all there, and we can't wait to get through that. And congratulations on getting through your first assignment. We're almost halfway there. Thanks guys, and we'll see you on the boards. Bye for now.